Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is RIKA Life. Alright, so in today's video I want to share with you some new things. I have been whipping out shawls, so I have a shawl to show you, a finished object. I also have some donations that I am getting ready to make, so I will show you some things for that. And then I'm going to give you a little update on my yarn challenge. So let's get started. Okay. If you haven't already, please like this video and definitely subscribe. Liking the video really helps YouTube to push out my videos to others that may be interested in crochet and yarn. And as always, you can definitely leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you. Okay, so I have been making the Annabelle shawl. That is a pattern by Crystal over at Bag O' Day Crochet. You can just type in Annabelle, Annabelle, shawl on YouTube and you will find her tutorial. I think by this point I have made at least 5 or 6 shawls with that pattern. It is a very simple pattern with very simple repeats and I have just fallen in love with it. And so let me just move this. My laptop is here. Sorry. So I have fallen in love with that pattern and I'm just making it so many times. It's so versatile. I can use it with any yarn and any weight and I'm just loving it. So I haven't woven in my ends yet, but this is the shawl here. I'm going to show it to you. This is what I made. It is so pretty. Okay. So I've been stash busting as well, and that just means I've been going through my stash trying to use up yarns. So this first yarn that it starts with here is a pink color. Yay! And this is actually Lion Brand Mandala Ombre in the color Pure, and this is just the pink part of it. The majority of this shawl, all of this pattern here, is all done in Big Twist Value, and it's called Warm Brights. So that color keeps changing. The last yarn here is a yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I think it is it's a yarn bee, and this is the color Banana. So this is my shawl. This one is nice and big. Some of the other ones I made were a bit smaller, but I was trying to use up this yarn and I figured that it matched with this pattern really well. So that's why I decided to add it on here. And I think it goes really beautifully. So I'm really happy with the shawl. I'm going to show you the pattern a little bit up close. Just give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Have to keep taking pauses because my kids are home with me in the summer. I got really excited showing you the colors. Now I'm going to tell you about the actual pattern. So this is the pattern. What you're doing is you're creating 5 rows of the granny stitch clusters. Okay, and that's followed by 3 rows of double crochet in every stitch. The only things that are a bit different is when you're at the center here. So on the double crochet rounds, you do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and on the granny stitch rounds in the middle you do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That's literally the only 2 things you need to remember. And I just found this pattern was like so rhythmic and so it's like a repeating pattern. It's not like a 6-row repeat or something like that. It's literally this section, then the second section, and then back to this section and then second section. So I did, for this one, I started with the grannies, I went to doubles, back to grannies, back to doubles, back to grannies, back to doubles, and then I did 3 rows of the granny instead of 5, and then 1 row of double. So it's 5 rows of the granny cluster stitch followed by 3 rows of double crochet. So I did 1 repeat, 2 repeat, 3 repeats, and then the last part of it I just modified it so that I could use up the yarn that I had. I actually held 2 together for this yellow part because the yarn was like a DK weight. and I wanted it to be more of a worsted weight, so I just held two together. So this one is so pretty. I love it. It's so funny. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this yarn. I had no idea what it would look like when it worked up. But I'm so happy with it. It worked up so beautifully. So I don't think it's called, it's not an ombre yarn, but I think it's just Big Twist Value, and it's called Warm Brights. I'm just going to see if I can find the label in here. So now that I'm opening this, I'm going to tell you what this is. I may have shown this earlier, I may not have. This is my yarn challenge I have going on right now, and the challenge was for the month of June, July, and August to use up at least 50 balls of yarn before I can purchase any more yarn. The only caveat to that is if I had a custom order and if I needed to buy yarn specifically for that, that's okay. But otherwise, no buying any more yarn until I use up 50 balls of yarn. So as of right now, I am close to 35 balls of yarn that I've used up. Sorry, just gonna make a little noise. I'm just gonna see if I can find that Big Twist, the Big Twist label, because then I can tell you exactly what it says. I think here it is. Okay, so it's so it is Big Twist Value, 100% acrylic, 269 yards. And it's the color Warm Brights. Okay, so for hook size, this yarn recommended an H 5mm hook. I think for the entire project I used a J hook. Yeah, a J 6mm hook. So that went very well. I'm doing good on my yarn challenge. The only thing that's been kind of up in the air is whether or not when my, it's under my table. There's a ball under my table, of course. The only thing that's kind of up in the air with me being able to finish this challenge is the Hobby Lobby clearance sale. By the time you see this video, I might have already bought yarn for that. But as of the time when I'm recording this video, my store does not yet have things on clearance. So they haven't even received the planogram for that yet. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, all that will be done, and I may have purchased some yarn from there. But as of right now, I've used up about 35 balls, and my goal was to use 50 balls of yarn. So I'm getting there. I'm getting very close. That was the first part of my challenge. The second part of my challenge was to use up all the yarn in this bin before I open my yarn closet and start using yarn from there. I in the last 2 weeks kind of reorganized all my yarn, so now this bin actually has finished projects in it. The one below it has some cotton yarn. This one has a little bit of yarn, and the one below that has finished projects. So I actually took all the yarn from here and put it in this tote. So this gray tote has whatever was in here is right in there. So I need to use up what's in there. I am working on a burlap blanket yarn project. What is that color called? I think it's called Raspberry Kisses, if I'm not mistaken. That might be something else. I don't know. Anyways, it's like it has pinks in it and it has whites in it. So I'm making a big blanket out of that. I had 5 balls. I've used one. I'm on the second one. That was from that bin. I have 3 more sitting in there. Then I have some Premier Puzzle yarn. I don't remember the color. It's like a bluish grayish color. Out of that, I have 1 ball sitting in here, 1 ball on my couch. And I am doing a corner to corner. I have not yet decided if it's going to be a corner to corner shawl or if it will be a corner to corner blanket. So if I am doing the blanket, then I will likely use that entire ball to do the first half, which is the first, like a triangle. And then when I open the second ball, then I'll start the decrease and make it into a full square. That's one project. So those are 2 projects I'm doing from that bin. And then I have this yarn was in the bin. What else is in there? There's 2 balls of Premier Mosaic yarn, which is in like a blues with greens kind of color. I have 2 skeins of that. I'm trying to figure out what to make with that. Right now I'm on like a shawl kick and a baby hat making kick, so I'm not really sure what I'll be making with that, but I have that. Then I have 1 ball of lime brand ice cream yarn. I think that color is raspberry ripple. I have 1 ball of that. And then I think there might be 1 or 2 other balls. So there's not that much left in there. I'm doing really good on both my challenges. It's really helping me to like use up my yarn instead of just getting so excited by all the new stuff that I've put into my yarn closet and not using up what I already had. So the challenge is really forcing me to be creative and to work with yarns that I may not be wanting to work with right now. I still have variety. Variety is the spice of life. I still have like 8 to 10 whips, and I'm totally fine with that. Right now it's been start a shawl, work on a shawl, complete a shawl. The other thing I want to share with you, so in today's video, is my donations. So I have some blankets. I'm making blankets and baby hats for donations. Right now I'm working on the baby donations, not for the cancer patients yet. So I have a whole bunch of hats that I've been working on. I'm trying to use up scrap yarn. So I have a project bag with a bunch of yarn in it. It's not even that much yarn, but I might have shared a picture on my community tab of that. So you'll kind of see things like you'll see me on the community tab, you'll see me posting things, and then you'll see my videos. They're not always in order, but it's okay. As long as there's something for you to watch about me on here, that's good. That's all I need. Okay, I'm going to share with you the scrap baby hats I've been making. Some of them are more scrappy than others. So when I finished my baby sparkle yarn from Hirschner's, I had some yarn left over. So that Hirschner's baby blanket, I had bought 12 balls. I used 6 balls. So I bought 2 each of 6 colors. So I used 1 each of the colors to make a baby blanket, which you've already seen in a video. And from that, this is what was left over, and so I made these baby hats. So this one has pink and peach, lime green and pink, yellow and purple, purple and blue and lime green. So those were 5 hats that I made. These ones are not very, very tiny, but they're still small. So there's those. I feel like I've woven in the ends on those. And then these are the other ones. So there's this one, this one, this one, this, and then, whoops, 2 of these. This is a really fun yarn too. I think it was the Premier Eversoft. Yeah, so this was what was left over from my pillow right here. These were the leftovers, so I used them to make 2 hats. Those ends are also woven in, and then these are the ones I was just making. That's Karen Simply Soft yarn. That one, this is really scrappy, like actual scrappy hat. And then this is some of that banana color that I just used on my shawl. So these I've not woven in the ends yet. I think I have about 15 hats so far. I wanted to get to like maybe 25, 30 hats before I donate them. I have been spending time weaving in ends. So a couple of days ago, I know this sounds strange, but I didn't feel like crocheting, but I wanted to do something with my yarn. So I sat down and I just weaved in my ends on like all these projects that I had just finished. So now on my table, I keep, not on this table, in the other room, I keep a stack of my finished projects, and then I keep weaving in the ends. So that has been a huge thing for me, is sitting down and actually doing that rather than just leaving it for the last minute. So yeah, I've been weaving in my ends. Hence, these hats are actually ready to go. And these hats are not, because their ends are still hanging around here. So I've been doing that. I've been keeping really busy. By the time you see this, I will likely be on my vacation. But I'm still going to be checking my YouTube. I'm still going to be replying to your comments, and I'm still going to be posting videos, perhaps tutorials. I'll be posting in the community tab. I'll have polls and pictures I'm sharing behind the scenes, everything. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. There's lots more content coming. And yeah, there is lots of fun happening here. And I'm so glad that you're with me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.